wonderful to see you. We're here for a Fairy Fox design tutorial. I'm Lara Pennock, and instead of face painting today, we're going to be doing some henna. I am so excited to show you this design and to chat a little bit about what makes a good henna design. Let's jump right in. When you see a hand, there are three parts. We have the back of the hand right here, and then we have the fingers, and then we have the wrist. You want to kind of be aware of those three sections and how you're moving through it, because it's really hard to make it look like one design. So there are lots of different ways that we can do that, and today I'm just going to show you one of them. We're going to do a design that can elongate the hand. So if we look at how long the hand is right here, if we shift from here to here, we get a diagonal line. There's one from here to here or here to here. That diagonal line will make her arm look more elegant. It will make it look longer, which is slimming and beautiful. Very lightly, like minimum squeeze, I am just scratching this line all the way down that finger. That's the line that I'm going to be working on. Now this thin of a line, it's not really going to stain in the overall henna direction, but that will keep you from ending up with a design that's beautiful right here, and then it kind of wanders and it wanders. It looks awkward and we don't like it. So that's the first step, is you want to have the line you're working on. Next, you want to build your base piece. This is going to be what everything is growing out of. And typically I like to go about right here. I don't want to do it in the perfect center, because if you watch, once she makes a fist, this is now too far down here, and the center, it shifts and it moves. And so by doing it off center, it's never gonna look awkward. So we're gonna start and we're gonna put in a flower. Flowers are very beautiful because of the symmetry. So I'm just squeezing out this nice little circle, and then I'm going around and around and around. By using a really smooth pace and taking your time, you just do slow, careful henna. Once you do a lot of that, you end up with this beautiful skill set that your hand learns, and then you can go fast. So you can go boom, boom, boom. So that first circle becomes the center of our flower. The next piece we want is a connection. It's a bridge piece. And often we do it with these little bumps. Those bumps are just the way of saying this isn't the center, but it's not the outside yet. We're gonna go around again. It can be important that we place our petals right. So even something as simple as a little flick up and down, I've cut it in half, then I can come cut it in half one more time, and then one more time. And those little flicks can show where I need my petals to start and stop. So then I'm just gonna go through and I'm gonna go thin to thick to thin. So just heavier pressure and then lighten up. And we get this really pleasing petal. And the goal is to make them all about the same size. It's amazing to me that whenever I'm doing this, the last petal, I always feel like, oh, there's not gonna be room for that petal. And sometimes a petal will end up a little bit of a different shape, and it ends up looking even more pretty. This is a very basic flower. The number of henna flowers are endless. Your job is going to be to find one that you like. You find one that you like and it just comes to life. So what we're gonna do from here is we're gonna add just a little side line, right, like this. And this is just going to make that flower a little bit more complicated. It's nice and thin. We're making the pressure pretty consistent. We're just going from like one of the bumps up. And then right in whatever space is left, centered, I'm gonna go ahead and just add a little dot. Most of the time I'm at about a 75-degree angle, but when I do dots, I wanna jump up to almost a 90-degree angle. So we've got this beautiful flower, and you can see how nice it is. We could add a second one here that's a little bit smaller. You could do so many things. I'm gonna show you one of my favorites. So we're gonna come right up here and we're gonna echo that shape of the petal and then just curl into a little dot. We're gonna come once again, and I'm just following that same arc. Whenever we create a line and then we replicate it and we repeat it, repeated things in henna are stunning. So now I'm gonna do the same line and then I'm gonna branch off. One of the prettiest things that we see in henna is this letter V. Anytime there's a V, I think of that as a vase. It's a place to put things. So you can see we've filled it with all these beautiful little things. And then we're gonna just come right here. We're gonna make another little like leaf petal shape, and then one more little bump. And then we're gonna just do that shape again. This time we'll probably put two little bumps. And by creating these different levels of thick in our designs, it just makes it more interesting and more dynamic. So there's a little opening right there. I just threw in a little leaf, and then repetition is beautiful. So we have a leaf up there. So let's add a couple little leaves down here, right there and right there. Okay, I told you to look for the V. There's a V there, there's one here, there's one here. Every single petal, there's this V. So we can fill those V's, or we can leave them empty. Empty is going to be a breath. So it's like a rest in music. So we've got noise, we're gonna rest. Then let's make a little bit of noise. I'm just gonna come right here and add one of those little leaves. And then let's add maybe one of the little dots and another little dot. If I were to henna over here, chances are my hand is gonna mess all of that up. So you want to do the big part of your design first, but then we can work down. So any of this area here, we can add henna to. You always work top down. As you can see, we've got this line coming all the way down here. Look how we've got half of the design on this side and half of the design on this side. Let's add a little bit of noise over here. One little dot and one little dot, and let's add a little teardrop right there because it's cute. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the center of this flower and we're gonna repeat that a few times. We're gonna do 3 of them. So here comes the first one. I'm squeezing a little bit lighter, and that's gonna give us a thinner line. And we're gonna come here and do another one. These types of elements are things that are going to just spring to life as a cluster. So we don't have to worry as much that every little piece is perfect. We just need to get it all down, and then it comes together nicely. So here we come again. Now we've got this area right here that's pretty empty. We're just gonna go from this little area right here, and we're gonna drape a line. We're gonna just pull it all the way up to that little leaf. We can just put these little dots along it, and it gives us the breadth that we want, but it creates a balance to the overall design. Because it's so round up here, we want it to have that elegance coming down. And so we've got that original line. I'm gonna now show you how to put a line in that we can follow that we will end up using. I'm just gonna bring this line, and I'm just gonna drape it smoothly, going back and forth as I drag my entire arm down. And that is lovely. Remember the little pattern we did up here, the curl and 2 dots? We're gonna repeat it now right here. And we're gonna just pull that original curl, and then a second one that ends in a dot, and a third one that ends in a dot. And then we're gonna do it again right here. And if something comes out a little wiggle squiggle, know that that's totally fine. It happens to all of us. All you have to do is go over it again. So just relax. If you're stressing, that's probably what's messing up your henna, is the stress. Curl and dot. So we're gonna echo what we did up at the top again, and we're gonna put in that leaf shape, and then we're gonna come right here, and we'll get the double bump one. And then right here, we're gonna echo these little leaves. So we're gonna bring one right here, because we've got that empty spot that I don't like, and put in a leaf. It's really important when you're doing a design like this that you pay attention to in between the fingers. Because if her fingers are gonna touch, which they will, that leaf is safe. If I put that leaf right here, it's awful. So just beware. So now we've got this beautiful little arc right here. Go out and back and come out and back. When you do this, you wanna make sure that you end on a really thin leaf so that you get that delicate little stem vibe. All right, now we've got this beautiful flow down. Add a little tiny one right there so that it looks balanced. And then we've got to have one that curls up. For whatever reason, mommy said go get in the car, and that one didn't listen, but it ends up giving balance and flow. We are gonna just add these little dots, and they will add body and dimension to our design. So now this is one of my favorite parts. This is where we take a second and we take a step back and we ask ourselves this question: what does it need? And I'm gonna give you a couple of things to look for, because when you first start, it's like, I don't know what it needs. I know what it needs. So let me tell you what it needs. We need balance. We need whatever's happening over here to be equally happening over here. Then we also need repetition. So nothing should ever be alone. If it happens once, it needs to happen twice. Or it feels lonely, and I don't want to do lonely henna. I hope you don't want to do lonely henna. So let's take a look at the design, and I'll point out a few things that I'm about to change. First thing, if you look right here, everywhere there's these perfectly little bumps. That one's too big. So we need to just come right here and go, boop. Not a big deal, but it's enough of a deal that we care. Now, this area right here is really empty. And so we've got options, but I think we're gonna keep it simple because this is so beautiful. We want that to be the main story. So what we need to do is just make this stop drawing attention to itself. So we're gonna just add a little bit of noise, just a quiet little whisper. So we're gonna add a dot right there. We're gonna add a couple right here. That tells your eye nothing important is happening here. That's the little closed for renovation sign. And this one is perfect. This is the patio, but this is lonely. We've only got one line. And we don't really have room to drape one over here. It'll get messy. And we don't have room over here. So it's like, oh no, what are we gonna do? We're gonna say, oh, we don't have anywhere to go. And then we'll add one of our pretty little leaves. And then we'll just do these little dots. And so even though it's not a loop, that beautiful little chain had somewhere to go. And then because nature comes in threes, we're gonna add just a little one right here. This is also really nice because it gives us just a little bit of vertical power. So we have, this is our main line, and now you can see this is our secondary parallel line. It ends right here, and then we hit the bottom, and then we hit the bottom, and then we hit the bottom of the design. So it's almost this like secret boundary that to our eyes and to our brains, it's like, oh, that's beautiful and lovely. And I'm feeling really happy with this. I am gonna just thicken this line right here and fill in those little open spots. And those are just the finishing touches that not only does it make your design better, but it shows your client you care about them. The design is meaningful to you for them. They aren't just hurrying on through. And so make sure that you're taking the time at the end to be like, now it's done. The last thing we want to look at is the skin that's showing through. So we want to make sure that there are little tiny things, there are medium things, and there are big things. If you look right here, all of these areas, those are little tiny bits of skin, little tiny bits of skin. These leaves, those are medium up there, and these are medium down here. And then we want to look for some big areas. And the petals, look how much space we left untouched. When this paste all comes off and she has a stain left, this is going to sing. Look at my skin, how beautiful it is in this floral shape. I'm gonna show you one last little thing that you can add to your design that's really fun, and it is little twinkle stars. This takes any floral design and moves it from more traditional to more whimsical. 4 little teardrops going out. That song, twinkle, sparkle, little sunshine in. I love it. I love the twinkles and the sparkles. This is also a really nice way to, if you have a little open area that you need something, these little twinkly bits are a great thing to add. And people love crescent moons, and it elevates the design by making this both of the earth and also of the sky. There you have it, a really happy springtime henna, and you can just see how amazing it is. The last thing that you've got to do is you've got to take pictures. When we forget to take pictures of our artwork, we forget what it looked like, and we end up needing those pictures later and we don't have them. So make sure you're taking the time to take your photos, you're taking the time to do the henna so that you can enjoy doing it, but also do it on yourself. Welcome spring, welcome summer. I'm so glad we are back to henna season. Bye everybody.